What is up, winning team? I don't know what this video is supposed to be about, to tell you the truth, because I'm just in a really strange mood. And so I'm going to be waffling. If you don't want to hear a waffle, then skip this one. It's all good, you guys. But I'm just going to waffle because I'm in such a strange mood. I feel like every time I have a reasonable amount of hours of actual sleep, I just feel numb. Like, I feel so numb. I don't know I don't know why that is. Like, that's how I feel right now. I feel numb, like I've been tranquilized or something. Like yesterday, I was all giddy, yippee-ki-yay. I enjoyed work. I recorded all those videos as well, the Guy Fawkes videos. And I mean, like, it's been a very productive day. You know, everything is going good. In fact, I even have good news. But I just feel numb. I don't know why. I feel like, I don't know, you guys. I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to learn to like what I would do in another season of my life. What I would do right now is entirely ignore how I'm feeling, just like push through and just get on with it. But I feel like that's kind of why we now have so many issues that I got to deal with all of a sudden, because there's like a backlog of things I've been shoveling to the side. And I feel like that's the truth for all of us, can I be honest? When I see humans, I've realized the more and more I talk about it with you all, the more and more I genuinely feel like I really do have a baby face. That's actually horror. The more and more I realize that people are literally just coping with the fact that they're not coping in life. Like, that's how I feel. Like, when I see what people do, especially like, you know, like, it's like how people adhere to routines. So obviously, as it's clear, the only routine in my life is literally my actual lessons. Those are the only things that are like structured, regular times and regular things. That's the only like routine. Everything else is all up in arms. And sometimes I wonder, like, would I feel better if I had a routine? But I don't like a routine because, you know, it makes me feel like, you know, that's, and I don't know why I think about this scene so often, but you know that scene in the B movie where he's like choosing what he's going to wear, and he's like black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, like going through his clothes, and he's like, ooh, yellow and black, like that, right? I feel like there's something so deep about that. Like, there's something so deep about him just like waking up to do the same exact thing. And I know for a lot of people that helps them to like have a routine to be like, this is what I'm doing. But that's actually part of what's giving me anxiety, waking up and doing the same things. And I'm like, where is the excitement? Where is the next thing? You know what I mean? Where is the next? Because I feel like in my head, because I look at life as a game, it's like once I've done something, I feel like I've achieved it. It's like when you've completed a level in a game and you move on to the next level, right? So I feel like that's where I struggle, because I'm like, once I've like concluded with something in my head, it's like they really have cut too many trees down. My goodness. This is just heartbreaking. Trees, I am so sorry to you guys. I'm sorry. Nah, because you know how long it must have taken for these trees to grow? How many years it would have taken, and we're just cutting it down just like this. Really? And then we're going to start complaining about global warming and the pollution and all of this. Meanwhile, we've got God's filters literally here that we're just cutting down. You've got to be kidding me. Anyway. Oh gosh. What was I even saying? Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. This is why I can't go anywhere and I can't do anything without something annoying me. Literally, about this planet. What was I saying? I'm just yapping at this point. Oh yeah. I feel like I have to feel like I'm doing something meaningful. You know what I mean? Like in like, what was I actually saying prior to? Does anybody know? Of course you guys know. The thing is, I could stop recording and come back, but then I'll have to edit the video, and we all know how that goes. Meanwhile, Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River is playing, coming out of this pub right now. Justin Timberlake. Another one. Flipping idiot. Flipping idiot. He's another one. I never understood the appeal, by the way. Never got it. Never understood why people are so interested in Justin Timberlake. Maybe it was my discernment now that we know what we know about how he was with Britney and how he was with Janet Jackson as well. I basically ruined her. Well, whether it was on purpose or not, either way, she got all the backlash, she got all the issues, he went off scot-free, just another day at the office. Just like how in Hollywood, it's always the girls, they can't do anything at all, but the guys can do whatever they want. They're all out smoking weed, drinking, sleeping around, and it's fine. And you hear the girls do like one thing. They could go to like one party and they're just finished. Also, can I also mention, can I just say, and since we're in the mood of yapping about just random stuff, watching these old interviews, like I want to know what's wrong with the older generation, genuinely, because these people, like some of the things that I've seen, I'm like, you guys just all did this, like how they will ask questions about like the girls' bodies and like this and this. And I'm like, this is so icky. Did you guys really do this stuff? Like, because you guys are weird. Like, I'm so sorry. You guys were weird. Like, that's why I feel like we're in this predicament, because you guys are kind of having to deal with how weird you are. And now because we're all like, you know, being healthy and whole and wholesome and whatnot, it's just highlighting how weird things were before, and how, because like I'm realizing like you older folks were really around for some weird stuff, like in society. Hold up a minute. Yeah, I just feel like there's always something strange happening. Anyways, guys, there's so many things I want to tell you guys, but I just can't do it right now. And anyway, if you guys think that anything I've said sounds wild, which I haven't told any really wild stories, to be honest. I feel like all the stories I've told you guys are tame. Honestly, the more I'm telling you guys about me, I'm like, I'm actually quite tame. I don't even know why I thought I was not. But anyway, nevertheless. Yeah, the older generations are hella weird. Like, this is what I'm starting to realize. That these people, like the things that were normal, the things that people did, like I get why we're having this generational divide. I so get it, because it's like these folks, and I feel like, you know what's funny? It's the fact that and the reason why I'm saying this is because I kind of feel like I've swallowed the red pill, like the actual red pill, of like going down the rabbit hole of like understanding everything, and like now I understand just like way too much. And now I just know that this place is, we're living in a dark place as a society, and that's what I'll say. Because the more I just look into stuff, and the more I just exist, like, let's be honest, and it's making me realize that I can't even put sentences together. It's making me realize that people really are just ignoring the truth that's in front of them. People are just ignoring the truth that's in front of them. And that's just a scary way to live, because like we're going to die one day. And especially like if you've had kids, because you're now literally subjecting your children to torture. As I feel like having children is, like you're subjecting someone to unless you've set them up for success in life, as in, and I don't mean getting them in a good job. Like the number of times I've heard the phrase, oh, I'm so proud to have got my child into a good job. It's like, you're so proud that they're going to spend most of their life working for somebody else. I mean, obviously, if they're doing a job that they love, but even I do a job that I love, and it's just like, what's this all for? What is it for? Like, and why am I the only person who seems bothered about it? Well, and you guys. Well, I don't know if you guys are, actually. Maybe you're not. But I feel like you must be. Like, if you're here, especially if you're still here. Yeah, also another funny thing, quite happy about, is I've been losing and gaining subscribers at the same time. It's quite funny, which is great, because I've been thinking, like, ever since I've embarked on this journey of like sharing more about myself, and like doing a bit more of part of my including you all in my like therapy and my healing and my deliverance journeys more, I kind of really wanted, one of the main reasons I come on here and I just tell you guys how it is, like what's going on in my life, is I'm genuinely trying to attract a certain group of people. Like, I don't want to attract the people who don't get it. I want to attract the people that do get it. Because like a lot of people, they don't get it. A lot of people will just look at me and think, why are you like feeling like this? Why are you like that? But a lot of you guys who are here, and I've also feel like, so like there's quite a few of you, like now I feel like we're like almost closer as a result, which is making me really happy, making me feel like I'm doing the right thing by just coming on here and just doing my thing. But like, yeah, I kind of realized that I may need to attract a slightly different audience in some areas, because, you know, when I see people online, like who are like me, who are like sad girlies and sad, I don't want to say sad boys because that sounds a bit strange, but, you know, sad whoever's, I'm like, we all need to congregate together, like, and just have our own space away from everybody else, because other people, they just don't get it. And I get that they don't get it. And it's like, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. Like, this is why I feel like, you know, I do understand the context of, you know, God always allowing me to actually go through things myself, because he's like, if you don't go through it yourself, you might not be able to have like the empathy for those people. And that's why I have a lot of empathy for everybody, because I've been through a lot of things. And so when I hear someone say certain things, I think, look, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not so quick to just shove people's feelings to the side or try and just tell them what they should do and whatever, or what I think from like an outside perspective, because I'm like, oh, you ain't got to tell me twice. Like, you ain't got to convince me. Like, it's not like how I've felt when I've said the same thing. Like I said to you guys before, anybody that asked me, I've been asked many times throughout this year about how I was doing, and I've been telling people I'm stressed. I'm really stressed out. I'm really stressed out. I'm really stressed out. Really stressed out. Then it takes until actually being in hospital, and not even ending up in hospital. The fact that they didn't want to discharge me because of how bad my blood pressure is at my age, and they're like, at your age, this is horrendous. If you were older, you would have had a stroke. It's like, I know this, but you people are the only people to listen, and the only reason you're listening is because of the numbers. Because when I was telling you guys all this stuff, even when I got here, no one was listening to me. No one was listening, and it was so sad. Like, I was watching this video of this teacher, this girl. Her name's Rebecca Rogers. You should go and listen to her. She did this whole 4-hour video about why she got divorced. Yeah, and it broke my heart, because she's a teacher in the States, and I used to watch a podcast she was on with a group of other teachers, and it was really good podcast. It was so interesting to hear them talk about like their experience as teachers. And she seems like a really sweet, very genuine. This street looks like, I'm going to show you guys this street, because this street almost looks like, I don't know how to describe it, like something out of like a movie or something. Can you guys getting the vibe? Just the way that the houses are all like, I don't know if you guys can tell. You can't really tell. Anyway, it looks like, I can't find the words. Anyway, so she was talking, yeah, and I've been thinking a lot about this, because I watched the entire 4-hour video. When I saw she uploaded a 4-hour video, I was like, I have to watch this, especially because she's one of those people that I feel like is not like me. She's very wholesome, just very sweet, wholesome, optimistic, you know? So like opposite of me. So I was like, what, I was thinking to myself, what could possibly like, I'm thinking, what could possibly like have gone wrong? Like, because she's so sweet, you know what I mean? She's so sweet, she's so wholesome, you know, whatever. And anyway, oh boy, was it bad. Yeah. The thing that stuck out to me about her video, and was that she kept saying like what I've been saying about how she knew all along when things were going wrong, because it ended up being, you know, a sexual abuse and all this, to the extent that she had a voice recording, right? And you can actually hear them having the dialogue. And we're going to get to why she did the voice recording, because the reason she did the voice recording, I'm sorry, but this is actually beautiful behind me. Look at how this house looks with the tree and the autumn. It just looks so nice. It looks like I need to get a camera. Anyway, yeah, so she just, and the leaves are falling. It's just so gorgeous. Yeah, so she had this voice recording. I'm gonna come back to why she voice recorded, because that's why I'm bringing her up in the first place. Why she recorded the conversation. So she's talking with him, and they're talking about when they had sex and how he was like, she was telling him to stop, and he was like, and he was not stopping, basically. So, because she was like, no, I told you to stop, and he was like, yeah, and he was kind of making light of it, like, yeah, well, I know you were saying to stop, but like, I thought it was just a fun game. I thought we were playing a fun game. He's like, no, but it wasn't a fun game because I told you to stop. So they're talking about this at a different time, obviously. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, I know you said stop, but like, I just thought anyways, it was one of those classics, right? I've been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, got the wardrobe. You know what I mean? No sometimes doesn't mean no as seriously as you mean it for a lot of guys. They still think. So I was just, it wasn't really triggering, but it was one of those where I was hearing her, the conversation. I was thinking, yep, because these are the types of things that, again, other people in the world, like other men who wouldn't do that, or other women who haven't been through that, would never believe it, because they would think, well, they always, the people be like, there has to have been something else that happened. There has to have been something else. Like, guys would be like, there's no way, you must have been leading them on, and you must have been giving them an idea. Like, everybody always has this thing where they think there's something else that must be at the case, because there's no way that really happened like this. And this is exactly why I was listening to when I got into this story that she was telling, I was like, oh gosh, this is being there. Like I said, being there, done that, got the t-shirt. There's too many people here. I'm going to the other area. This is what I'm saying. Because they're cutting all the trees down, now it's all social. So this is all a social space now. Literally, somebody shoots me in the head. Shoots me now. Like, look, they're cutting everything down. Now everybody's all here. Like, this is like community hangout. Goodness me. And I even came out to get fresh air because I needed a break from humans. You know? They're humans who are just literally just producing carbon dioxide, doing absolutely nothing. I'm going to die having contributed nothing to the overall progression of humanity and given even more fuel to entropy. Anyway, so this girl, yeah, she's got this recorded. So why did she have it recorded? For the exact reason of what I just said. She said, I recorded this conversation because I knew that no one would believe me, because no one ever believes me. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. And it was so sad because I feel like it's because she's such a sweet, and I felt for her, because at least me, right? I'm not necessarily a nice person, okay? I'm not a nice person, actually. I'm kind, like, you know, I'm kind in life. Like, I'm always respectful to people in public and all of that kind of thing. But, like, I'm not like one of those optimistic, like, yay, let's all work together. No, you know, and so she kind of was, you know? So I was like, this is so sad. Like, because this is the world we live in. So I'm saying, this is dark out here. It's actually dark out here. People will feel more sympathy for heinous individuals and defend them. And they even defend. That's the bit that gets me about being here. Is like, it's not even so much the not believing. It's the then to not believe one person, but then to be in the defense of another. So for her, she had to strategically make sure that so much of this conversation or stuff that was happening between her and him was documented, because she knew no one would be going to believe her if it wasn't documented. And this is like what I was saying about being in the hospital. It's like people looking at me wide-eyed, like, how can your blood pressure be that high? It's like 198 over 150 or something while I was asleep, mind you. While I was asleep. How could it be so high? Well, how could it be so high? I wonder if I ever said anything. I wonder if I've been saying anything for the last however many years, my entire life, and not being believed. I wonder why. I wonder freaking why. And it's like, you know, that's why I don't want to die, to be honest, because I feel like if I died from some health issue and they were like, oh, she died of high blood pressure, or we realized she was stressed, go and make sure you talk to other people. I don't want anybody to be there standing at my funeral or using me as an excuse to try and act as if there's anybody out there for you to talk to. Please don't. Do not. So I have to stay alive just for that reason alone. So no one does that. Oh, this is why I won't take my own life as well. This is exactly why. That, and also I don't want to take an L to the devil because I'm petty. So I'm staying alive just to be petty, to be honest. Because I don't want to take the L to the devil. But like, no, I don't want people to be there at my funeral after I've taken my own life being like, guys, you don't have to make this choice. Speak up, and there's gonna be people there to listen to. No. Not literally over my dead body. Like, hell no. No. We're not doing none of that. So yeah, so that was heartbreaking to listen to the whole story and realize what she was going through and how she was just carrying it with grace. That's the thing. That's why I've started to crash out on purpose and just be all over the place, be a bit destructive, disappoint people. Because if you carry things too well, that's why people don't believe it. I've seen grown-ass freaking adults who have their jobs, right? And they'll have every excuse in the book why they've got a bad attitude. You know, people doing customer service and sales and stuff, working in retail will have a bad excuse. Grown adults will have an excuse, or why they're being horrible to customers, why they're being rude. Meanwhile, some of us, I remember, I can't tell you how many jobs, from even when I used to work at McDonald's, right? I used to literally cry on my way, all the way walking there. I wipe my tears, and I would be the happiest person at those tills because the customers didn't do anything, and I was 16. So how can I have that level of maturity and that level of self-control? And to the extent that I got employee of the month within 3 months, and when the guy from HQ came in, they always picked the person that they thought did really well. He was like, I think she's amazing with the customers. Meanwhile, I cried all the way there, all the way back. Meanwhile, I was going through a lot of different things at that time. You know what I mean? But am I taking that out on everybody? No. But then the problem with that is because and it's also a problem, this is a problem we face as Black women in general as well. It's like you just cope with things a little bit too well for too long, and nobody takes you seriously. And then when you try to go out for help, it's like you have to literally do a song and dance, and it's like, do you know that's going to cost more energy to do the whole song and dance to convince you? Oh, look at this. Isn't it just nice? So nice. This nice little and for the camera and a nice little low angle. Oh my days. Yeah, like, why do you have to do a whole song and dance? This video is all over the place. Why do you have to do a whole song and dance to convince people? You know what I mean? And then everyone's like, you got people, there's always somebody out there for you. You always got somebody that's got your back. And this is what I really am happy about this subscriber thing, because I'm trying to actually make sure that the people who are here, we really are on the same page, because I really do think we are. I feel like you guys, we wouldn't have been attracted to each other if not for that. And especially given the algorithm, this is and how the algorithm hates me. If you're here, it's probably that the Lord brought you here. Because it's not the algorithm. But also, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page here, because we're not going to be we're going to be keeping it real. I'm going to be keeping it real because I want us to actually succeed. And the only way we're going to get the help we need from the Lord is if we're able to actually address things and not just sweep it under the carpet or be optimistic. Because I honestly think optimism is low IQ anyway. I wanted to do a whole video about that. I might do that. I honestly think optimism is low IQ, because it's like, if you're optimistic and you just, it's just like expecting things to happen, to just be good just for the sake of it. Like, somebody's going to be the one making it good. You know what I mean? If I'm right now looking forward to going and, let's say, I don't know, making myself a nice meal and I'm optimistic or whatever, somebody farmed the animals or the plants or whatever that I'm going to eat. Somebody bothered to bring all of those things to look after them and bring them to wherever I bought them from. You know what I mean? Somebody put the stuff on the shelves in the supermarket. Somebody sold them to me in the supermarket. Somebody, somebody did something for every single part. Somebody is making sure that there's gas coming into the oven and there's electricity coming into the house. Wow, they've put up a sign now. You're entering. They're saying this is a private property. Okay. They're basically just saying, they're not liable for any injury. They must have been sued. Someone must have sued them, because I'm on a golf club. It's a golf club here. It's crazy. This little town, I swear down. This little town is crazy. From where I live, I'm 5 minutes from the flipping industrial area. We got all the big factories. I'm 5 minutes, that's about 10 minutes. I'm 10 minutes from the town centre. I'm 10 minutes from the hospital. I'm right next to a golf club. This is so weird. This is how you know England is a small place. Because in America, you got to drive 1,000 years to get everywhere. And here, I'm just like, I can walk everywhere. Look, I'm on the golf club. Literally. Crazy. I was going to show the little golf thingies here, but yeah, they've added some branding here. I like. Okay. Yeah, they must have got sued by someone, I reckon. Why they put that sign up, because it's like, this is a private property. We are not liable for anybody that has been hurt or injured. And it says it like twice on like 2 different signs. I'm like, okay, somebody got a lawsuit. But look how nice this is. Look at autumn going off. Come on, autumn. Let's just get rid of these leaves. Get rid of the leaves. Get them gone. Get them gone. Anyways, sometimes I like to walk around on here because it's just cool to see how well they keep the grass. And you can just walk here. So strange. Anyway, yeah, what was I going to say now? Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm trying to just attract the right people here. I realized this year that the best thing to do is for me to be as myself as humanly possible, because then what will happen is I will immediately attract people like that, and we'll remove the others, and then we can just exist together. Just us, and we can ignore everybody else, because I'm literally cutting people off. Like, the way people are going to get cut off in the next couple of months, you guys don't even understand. Today, while I had a bit of extra time, while I was doing some work, while I was working, yeah, I went onto my WhatsApp and I was like, right, enough is enough. And I just started archiving chats on my WhatsApp. And honestly, it felt so good. I pinned a few people that I need to keep up with. I pinned a couple of people. And then I just started archiving. Archive. And yeah, I wonder if they cut these, because look at how these are cut, right? See how they're all cut, like, well, you can't see as easily from here. But they like cut it. I wonder if they have to do that because it's a golf club and they have to keep, I don't know. It has to be above people's head. This is just so strange that I'm just... Also, where's the rest of the golf club? Because it can't all be on this patch of the road. I'll never bother to explore. And that's not going to be right now because I'm not in that kind of mood. I'm feeling fragile, you know? Yeah, I just archiving. That was amazing. I archived. And I felt better. I got, and I was like, you know what? Now, because there's people I want to talk to. Like, this is what I keep realizing. I'm just in a phase where I was a dumb, stupid idiot who thought I could trust the wrong people when I left London. I put myself in the wrong position. So I have to kind of do what I decided the other day. I have to kind of do what I did again, which is like start from scratch all over again. I'm so tempted to start another new Instagram, another new everything, and just start from scratch again. I'm this close from doing that. But then also, I'm kind of in a season of my life where I don't mind just savagely unfollowing people at this point. And I'm just, for going on there. I do this all the time. I should admit to this. But I go to people and I go on their thing and I unfollow myself from their thing. Just so they won't even notice, so that I don't even pop up. Oh, gosh. But yeah, the older generations are weird. Oh, there's some people golfing. They're all the way over there. It's going to probably take them a while to get back around here. The sidemen are all golfing now as well. Low key. That's the other thing I'm a little bit sad about, because I can tell that the sidemen, it's becoming the end, you know. The boys are older. And this is what sucks about getting older. Like, people like start families and stuff. And then everybody just becomes boring. Why is it that as soon as people get married and have kids, they become boring? Can somebody explain that to me? Because like, it's like, okay, because you got responsibilities now. And it's just like, oh, literally somebody actually strangled me to death with that. I want to enjoy life. I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, I'm also my responsibility. This is how I realize that us as men and women are very different, yeah? Because the way that I met so many different men who are just so proud of looking after their families, and that even though that's like their achievement and they're just so proud of it, it's actually the cutest thing ever. I'm like, wow, like, and you're really genuinely just so happy to have achieved that, and that is so wholesome. Can't relate, but so wholesome. This is why I realized we are differently different. I'm like, I need to throw a party. I'm so desperate to throw a party. I was so desperate to throw a party. So desperate. It's been way too long since I threw a party. Way too long. But you know, this is why the Lord's keeping me under supervision. This is exactly why, because he's like, if I let this go. All right, now we can see this is hole 18. We're at shock. Me and this number 18 business. Okay. Oh, so this whole patch is just one hole on this one area. I don't even know. One of these days we'll do a walk around while I'm yapping like I am now with you guys. Right now I don't want to go too far. That's why I haven't really gone anywhere like that. Because I'm just like, also because I don't have very long, actually. That's the real reason. Look. The stream. I don't know the difference between a stream, a river, a pond, a lake. What's the differences, guys? These are the things I never know the answers to. A stream. Oh, there's one of the holes. Should I show you guys? Okay, no, because it's actually muddy there. Oh, we're going back round the way I came because I am... Why the hell would I come out in Jordans? You see, 16-year-old me would never let this fly. But I'm just like, it's like some things I can't believe I already got to the stage with certain things where I'm too old to care. Actually hang me. Because literally, oh my gosh. Also, do you know what I've realized as well? It's only people who are like annoyingly optimistic about being alive who find making jokes about killing yourself so inappropriate, because the rest of us find it funny. Like I have dark humor, you guys. This is why I can't really joke around with anybody, because everybody's a bit too, you know, a bit too soft. I remember, guys, when I was at school, yeah. So we, as I said, my form group, we used to be really good at a lot of things, yeah, but we were chaotic. So we got put in a whole group, like I've said before. The whole of my class got a therapy session. And I got kicked out of the therapy session for making a bad joke, because I can't remember what it was, but me and my friend were both calling each other these names. Like I simply called her a dog. I said she was a dog, right? And she said something about me, and we were laughing about it, right? And I got sent out, and I remember, I'll never forget the teacher who came, this one teacher. She was always she's one of the shticklers. So the shtickler, right, by the way, guys, if you didn't know, the shtickler is the winning team official term for somebody who kind of takes pride in abiding by the rules and gets bothered by people who don't abide by the rules and ruins all the fun unnecessarily. That's the key, because obviously there's times when you need rules, and there's times where we need to follow the rules and all of that, and there's rules that are important that make sense. So it's not about just it's just following the rules for nothing. I'm talking about the people who just go out of their way and like it's like unnecessary, basically. That's why I said the shticklers. That's why I call her the shtickler. So this teacher, she was a shtickler, right? And whenever I work alongside shtickler teachers, by the way, they never like me. I always bother them. They never like me because they get bothered by like the smallest of things. Like, wow, I saw you let like 4 of your kids go to the toilets. It's like, yeah, they're humans. They needed the toilet. Big whoop. You know what I mean? Oh, wow, I heard the kids were laughing in your class. I was like, yeah, kind of funny, mate. I'm actually kind of entertaining. You know what? What a crime it is to make learning fun. Oh, the squirrel. I'm sorry, squirrel. They're cutting all the trees down. I know. I'm sorry. Poor creation. I really hope the animals revolt one day and then they all just come and attack us. They really deserve it. Because we've wreaked havoc. Yesterday I discovered what ivory was. I never knew what ivory was. Other than obviously the colour. And then I discovered that they get it from tusks of animals. That tree looks beautiful. Wow. Look at this. These are like proper like British looking places. Like I feel like this is like proper England for you, where I'm showing you guys. It's like proper England, not in London, not in the city. There's a nice little town. What was I saying? Yeah, the ivory. I didn't know that they got ivory from the tusks of like elephants and stuff. And I'm just like, can we look, if we're gonna, this is where I'm like, look, you have people who are all doing up all this stuff. I'm like, look, if we're gonna kill the animals, let's show them some respect, right? By utilizing all the different parts of them, you know what I mean, and whatever, and giving them somewhere good to live while they're alive. But then also, if we are gonna kill them and all this, that, and this, that, and the other, right? Let's not just overconsume for nothing, because so much of the stuff we do as humans is so stupid. Like so many things are popular just because they're rare. Like purple. Purple is associated with riches and rich people simply because the only place you can find purple is like some pigment in some ocean creature or something. And so just because of that, that's why historically purple is associated with royalty, because it's rare. So stupid. Just like how I was thinking about this as well. Yeah, this is why the world just irritates me. Every single thing I learn just makes it worse. So I was figuring out how, potatoes now really have a lot of, like, say in French cuisine. I'm not a fan of, I hate to say it, not the French people, but the France itself as a concept and the leadership and all of that. Not a fan. But I may take a trip to France in the short term just because I need to just at least pop in. It's not hard. I could just get on the Eurostar. I could literally just hop on the Eurostar and go there for like a day and come back. I might do that. Yeah, so once upon a time, potatoes were considered like not even like the bottom of the barrel. Like no one would use a potato for anything. Like wasn't for rich people, whatever. And now you have all of these potatoes dauphinoise, all these recipes, fondant potatoes, all this stuff, all these fancy recipes. This is why I'm not a fan of France, can I just say? Because I feel like it's so pretentious. And I've actually tried a lot of like expensive, luxurious cuisines. And I promise you, I rather a good old-fashioned mom and pop shop around the corner that's been there for 50 years than a fancy French restaurant, because it all looks beautiful and whatever, but the actual taste isn't there. The only time I've been to somewhere where I've eaten something really fancy and the taste matched the aesthetic was when I was in Italy at my friend's restaurant, as you guys saw, and I had that like 9-course, all of the food, most of the food that I had there. So it's just pretentious. It's something we're just stupid here. So people go out of their way like, oh, I'm going to go fancy in this fancy restaurant and go and be fancy in this restaurant. And it's like, and we're paying all this money just to get the perfect piece of the tuna and throw the rest away for the peasants. You know what I mean? And then we will go, and this is the other thing that annoys me with the food thing, yeah? This is just my yapping video, so I get to yap. The other thing that annoys me with the food thing is how the West has like taken so many meals that we all used to eat, like, well, other countries used to eat, because they couldn't afford more, and then going and making those things expensive, those meals expensive. Like all these meals where people would use like the offcuts of the meats that weren't like the ribeye steak section or whatever. Now all these things are more expensive because people have now made it like a thing, and it's like, no, those meals were created because people couldn't afford to eat the meals you freaking eating. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping because I need to actually go. Because I've got obviously things to do. Unfortunately, I'm an adult. That is extremely unfortunate in a life that was forced upon me that I would not have signed up for had I been given the opportunity to give consent. But when did anybody ever care about my consent, huh? Exactly. So anyway, I'm just, I say all those things, guys, but I will say on a very serious note, God actually does make it worth it. High key. He really does. Like, we're really having a lot of fun with this Guy Fawkes series, and he's just, he's really good. He really is the only good thing. Like, that's why it just makes me so sad that people just don't have that relationship with God, because I'm like, I get it. if you have a whole bunch of people, but then even people's like, that's so funny. Anyway, even people's like, relationships these days, I feel like I'm honestly glad for the way that my life turned out, because I'm now close with the Lord and I don't have to deal with like literally any other of the nonsense that everybody else is dealing with in their relationships. So I feel really quite happy. Also, he created everything. Also, he could do anything. Also, he's amazing. Also, he's just anything and everything and everything and anything and anything and anything, and he's always there. He's always there. You know what I mean? I don't have to get dressed. I hate clothing. I hate being dressed. I don't have to get dressed. I don't have to go somewhere. I don't have to use all this energy. He's there 24/7. I can talk to him while I'm out and about like this. I can talk to him while I'm at work. I can talk to him while I'm chilling. I can go out by myself and take myself out to eat. I do that all the time. I go out to eat by myself, and I love it because I can just eat good food, talk with the Lord, and people watch. Hell yeah. And I can talk to him while I'm in the shower. I can talk to him while I'm on the toilet. What was that? Hold on a minute. I think a bit of fluff came off my jacket. I don't know what that was. Anyway, I can talk to him anywhere. I can talk to him whether I'm dressed, whether I'm not dressed. It's great. He knows my intentions. He's not assuming the worst about me. He's not assuming ill intent on my behalf. He's not expecting me to fail. He's not hoping to see me fail. He's not taking everything I say wrongly. He's not sensitive and offended by every little thing if I don't deliver it with the perfect types of English to him. These are all the things that I struggle with humans. It's like there's so much work that goes into just having a basic conversation. Make sure you say things properly. Make sure you do this. All these societal rules. This is how you do this. You don't do this in that way. You don't do that in this way. And I'm just like, look, if we're gonna do that, send me the rule book. Because at least God, you see God, yeah. At least He gave me a book that I can refer to for the T's and C's. I've got the T's and C's, so I can work with that. But with society, it's like everything changes every 5 minutes. This isn't allowed. This is allowed. This isn't allowed. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. There's all these etiquettes that you're supposed to know about, but then it depends who you're talking to, and it depends on the culture, and it depends in the context, and it depends. So, for goodness sake, get me some algebra, guys. Get me some algebra. Get me get me something I can work with. But yeah, so I'm actually going to go. That's why you can hear me near the road. I'm also just enjoying looking at the trees falling. But I really do actually have to go. I got things to do, like, obviously, like I said, #adulting. And guess what? Whether I'm doing that or whether I'm not, guess what? I still have the Lord all along the whole time. And that's what makes it all worth it, ladies and gentlemen. And He is so interesting that it just has that little, He's so good that, like, even though I hate literally everything, He's so good at just keeping me just that little bit interested still. And I just love that about Him. I don't know how He does it. I really don't. But then how could I? Anyways, you guys, I'm going to skedaddle. How many times have I said that? It's because I don't want to leave. I don't want to be ejected back into the world. I feel like talking to you guys is like going and like finding, like buying a burner phone and like calling like my people who I know in secret while I'm like living amongst enemies and like trying to like call them in secret. You know what I mean? Like in the movies. And then like, I feel like when I'm coming off of like making videos, I feel like that's me like turning off my burner phone and then like throwing it in the bin and like stamping on it and then like throwing it away. So like no one knows that I was like talking to my people, you know? And then returning back to hell. Anyways, guys, I'm actually going to go now. If life's a go, I must pay to win. If you've watched this far, you need to go and watch my Guy Fawkes series, the Origins of Christianity, whatever I've called it. It's so freaking good. It's my favorite series so far that I've done. Anyways, love you guys. Love you. God loves you. If life's a go, I must pay to win. God bless you all. God loves you. Love you.